Get lost in there, don't think you got a chat.
It just blushing.
Good afternoon. It is 1 p.m. on Thursday, January 29th, 2026. I call this much anticipated and twice rescheduled meeting in the Wichita County Commissioners Court to order. If everyone would please stand and join me for our invocation. Holy Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for the opportunity for us all to be here. Especially want to just first of all thank you for your protection and provision of our county and our region over the last few days. We thank you for the blessing of the much needed moisture. We thank you that though had a lot of ice and snow that caused a lot of problems, it was not nearly as treacherous or as bad as what some forecasts were saying. Lord, just also want to specifically ask your blessing upon all of those folks who had to get outside of their warm and safe homes and have to be out in the weather to serve and to protect people and to make it possible for people to travel when they needed to and all the things that go into that. So thank you for them. Lord, I pray for your wisdom upon the five of us on this dais, that you would help us to make wise decisions. And Lord, that you would help give us an attitude of service, of humility, and of one who wants to do right by you and by the people that we serve. Lord, we love you, we praise you, we ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Please join us for the pledge for the U.S. flag. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now the pledge to the Texas flag.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
All right, everyone may be seated. So we originally were going to have 3 presentations today because of the need to reschedule and the weather issues. All of those are being postponed. The presentation to the MSU men's soccer team is now rescheduled for the 10th of February for Commissioners Court that day. And then our other service awards will be coming up in the next few weeks. With that, are there any unexpected presentations that have come up? No. All right, it is 1:03. We will open up for public comment. I remind folks that comments must be limited to 5 minutes or less. Commissioners Court cannot take action on any item brought up during public comment. The first thing I would like to say is I'd like to give a shout out and a thank you to some specific folks. I'd like to start with Ricky Sykes and our maintenance team who every day this week, including Monday, and then for Ricky over the weekend, were monitoring things here at the courthouse, at the annex, and those guys worked really hard even on Monday to make it so that if we were able to open up and needed to open up, we could do so. Can't say enough thanks to them and good work to them. They worked really hard this week and appreciate it. I'd also like to specifically call out Commissioner Beecham and his precinct crew, and he may want to add on to this too, but they were up here also, I think, Monday? Or was it Tuesday? Yeah.
Almost every day this week.
Almost every day this week. They worked to get the parking lots plowed up and dry so that we could handle the members of the public and our employees whenever we were ready to open up. We couldn't have opened up today without their work either. And then Dwayne is in the audience. Dwayne Birkenfeld and Lynn Nauman, our emergency management office. I heard a story this morning. Dwayne was first on site for a fire that happened in the county in the middle of the winter storm. He has been working tirelessly. He hadn't gotten much sleep this week, and they've always do an outstanding job. This incident just seemed to highlight that. And then finally, Sheriff Rutledge and his deputy crew and the jail stayed open and had everybody there at work, and y'all kept running patrols in the middle of all of this. So I'm sure that I've missed folks, and y'all are welcome to jump in and add on to thanks. And a lot of folks also, the auditor's office and their team got payroll done in the middle of this week, I believe. No, it's not a payroll week. It's
W2.
taxes worked while they were at home, and County operations, to a large part, though the public-facing operations had to be closed up the last couple of days, a lot of work was still being done. And just want to thank all of them for the job well done and the work they've put in. I think I stayed under 5 minutes there.
Well, and Judge, would you mention, about the tax deadline? Tommy has emphasized it tremendously, and I know it's out there, but
Sure. So, as everyone's aware, the deadline for having your tax payment in for your property taxes, is normally after February 1st. That's on a weekend this year, so it would be after February 2nd. They are open. The tax office is open today, and I assume will be open tomorrow. And they're busy.
They're busy.
So folks still have the opportunity to get those in on time. There is no provision in the code, I don't believe, for any sort of grace period or extension, as long as they're open the day that those are due. So the deadline is still in place, and you still got 2 days this week and 1 day next week to go in person, and of course take advantage of the online or drop your payment in the mail options. Not the postal mail, the drop box.
Right.
At this
That we
point,
have
they're too
here.
close on postmarks. I would
And
handle it in
there is a
business.
Dropbox on the sidewalk that you can walk up to, so.
That's
I
right.
put mine in there about an hour ago.
So thank you. What other public comments this morning?
I'd like to reiterate what you've said already. Rick and his guys and Leon and his guys worked together as a team over this past week to get everything ready. I know Monday, we spent a better part of an hour to get about 30 foot of sidewalk cleared. It was that difficult, and that was with all hands on deck. They did a difficult job over the last couple of days getting everything ready, so really kudos out to both of your crews, so thank you.
Other public comment this morning? Dwayne? No, that's later.
Good morning. I just got a couple of things. I was gonna remind everybody that our Red River Valley Wildfire Academy starts up this Saturday, runs all the way till the 12th of February. Runs the weekend, next week, and all the way through next weekend. So if you guys are able to come eat breakfast or lunch with us, more than welcome. There's gonna be a little special presentation come up at the Academy on Saturday morning, around lunchtime. So I'll visit with y'all individually on that off to the side about that. If you can make that, I'd really appreciate that, and so would the other folks. But we'll visit after court on that. So another thing is I want to give a shout out to all the volunteer fire departments and stuff, and especially the sheriff's office also, of helping out. I mean, those guys are out there tirelessly, and I know they pulled several people on the radio that I've heard pull them out of the ditch and helping citizens out and about. So can't go wrong there, helping where they helped out and going above and beyond for what they did. And also a shout out to Shepherd Air Force Base and Chief Muncie for his crews coming and helping and assisting with ladder trucks and engines and water tenders at some of these fires we've been having at different places. So it takes, they say it takes a village to make everything work, and we definitely persevered. And like I said, all TxDOT and all the crews, I mean, I'm not gonna go on record and say all that,
Yeah.
but everybody that had a part in it helped some shape, form, or fashion, appreciate it, because it takes us all to make this work. So other than that, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dwayne.
Other public comment this morning or this afternoon?
Judge, I'd reiterate what you said. I know that the sheriff's office and maintenance worked really hard over this whole event. Mr. Birkenfeld, my understanding, pulled out an ambulance out of a ditch, and the sheriff's office shut the road down, and so that's a very dangerous and interesting situation to be in, and we appreciate everything they do.
Yeah.
And hopefully Dwayne can get some rest one day.
Yeah, he's excited about the reinforcing cold front coming in.
We have good people.
Yep, we do have good people.
Judge, I would like to comment, thank Brian Moore with TxDOT. Spent a tremendous amount of time across this week on the phone with him at different locations. Will, I know he came out there and helped us on the access road and some things that really had his guys moving around and put down extra de-icer and things for us, but they've bent over backwards to try to accommodate anything that we couldn't get to, so.
Judge, I just got a text from Tommy Smythe. He said they've done about 325 walk-in transactions in the last 4 hours, so it is busy.
Wow.
Yep.
They're busy, so.
All right, any other public comment this morning? Okay, it is 1:11 and public comment is closed. Let's move along to the consent agenda. There are 6 items on the consent agenda today. Does anyone have any questions or comments on any of those items? I would just like to say one quick thing. The December 2025 auditor's report, that's invaluable information to have because it's end of year, and I know it's unaudited, so it's not final, but it's pretty close. But it's the most accurate that information has been this early in the year during my time in office, and so it's helpful. I've already started budget work for 27, and so having that information for 25 ready to go this early is helpful. I just wanted to say that.
And Judge, on item 6, we have used those, this group across the past year, I believe, maybe even longer,
Yeah.
but I'm
Several
assuming
years.
that works out well. That's been going good.
Ricky, that's the water treatment. Brendan, do you mind scrolling down towards 6? Can we get pulled in? Or whoever does that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've, you know, when I came, we weren't doing any type of water treatment on the cooling tower at the Linderman, which is very expensive. The chillers here at the courthouse, any of the hot water heating, none of that was really being maintained from a chemical standpoint. So the water, when you would get the water out of it, it'd just be as black as it could be. You know, it just wasn't treated. So there's a lot of things growing in it, and of course iron was developing. So as of now, we can run the water on just about any of our systems and it's clear as a bell. So we're treating the pipes, we're taking care of them, which is gonna reduce the amounts of leaks we're gonna have and things like that. So, I was also able this year to get, I believe, I don't have the right number in front of me, but I think about $2,000. We were able to come down on that because we got it in a more manageable situation. So, and I think as time progresses, we'll be able to shave that here and there, but,
Great.
so.
Good. I thought they were good. So.
Increase the longevity of our
Yeah.
equipment.
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
Yeah. Make me ski.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We've got a motion by Commissioner Fincannon, seconded by Commissioner Beecham to approve the consent agenda. Do we have any questions or comments on the motion for any of the items? All right, that motion is before us. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. Item number 1, review and approve the regular bills for payment. Verify payroll tax has been filed and authorize county treasurer to disperse payroll and/or bills within 72 hours via U.S. mail, FedEx, UPS electronically, or be picked up and acknowledged by a ledger signature in the treasurer's office. Remind everybody, these are the bills we went over 6 days ago on Friday. It just seems like it's been
Time
longer.
to do it again. Motion to approve.
Second.
We got a motion by Commissioner Beecham, seconded by Commissioner Fincannon to approve bills for payment, verify payroll tax has been filed, and authorize dispersal of payroll and/or bills. Do you have any questions or comments on the motion or the item? All right, that motion is before us. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. Item number 2, discuss, consider, and/or take action to approve and ratify the minutes of the January 2026 regular session and the January 23rd, 2026 special session.
Motion to approve.
Second. We have a motion by Commissioner Fincannon, seconded by Commissioner Beecham to approve and ratify the minutes of both sessions. Do we have any questions or comments on the motion or the items? Item. All right, that motion is before us. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. Item number 3, receive investment report for 4th quarter 2025 from County Treasurer Stephen Jones. Mr. Jones.
Hello, welcome to the ice up
Is this an IC report, Stephen?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Thank you.
There's not a lot to go over with it because we did not have much activity. And this is, I'll remind you, the 12/31 report. There's been a couple things that we've done in January already. But this shows where we were at 12/31. As you can see, by only having 2 years on here, which is exciting. We had 5 years on here, I think, when I took office, which means that our weighted average maturity is way down from what it was. A lot more appropriate with the economy the way it is, a lot more appropriate with a government entity, and just with keeping with our policy. So excited to see just those on there. We had a couple that came mature in December that were added up to around 3 million. And those we put right back into the investment pools, because we were still waiting for a lot of our income to start coming in. And even right now, we've got about enough in our investment pools and across the board there to pay all of our payroll for the year. So we're still waiting for a little bit more to come in. However, in January already, the first couple weeks of January, we had those first two mature on 1/16, and we reinvested those. We did a 6-month, $2 million CD with, what are they called? Investar, which was First National Bank before. $2 million for 6 months at 3.65, and $1 million for 18 months at 3.05, which right now, unless for anything we're allowed to invest in, that's still pretty good. And we've got something with a little bit more longevity to it to go out into next year, as opposed to putting it straight into the pools. I think we're okay, especially like what Jeff said, everybody paying their taxes today. We should be getting another good check to set things up for us. And we're still looking for ways that we're gonna be able to spend some of that. You can see the 2 or the 3 agency bonds there for reserved for self-insurance are coming due, or coming mature this year finally. So we'll be able to put those into the account, and I know we're all looking forward to being able to transfer some of that into Gen, with what we can legally do with it. So those are the events basically coming up. There's not a whole lot more than that. We've received a couple more interest checks in December, the big one, and then a couple others for about 31,000 so far. And we made, on those 2 that we cashed out, the 2 CDs that we reinvested, we made, I think, 280,000 in interest on those. So the things we've done before are starting to pay off a little bit more. Our unrealized gains and losses down to 250,000, which used to be about, what was it, 1.8 million, somewhere around there, 3 years ago. So we're getting close to being able to cash all that and actually have a acceptable amount on that unrealized loss. And again, we've talked about it plenty of times, but unrealized loss means that if we were to sell it right now, we would lose money, which is why we're keeping them and gonna sell them when they actually hit maturity. So we don't actually lose anything on those, but we would be lying to people if we didn't say that we didn't have that right now. We have an unrealized loss, and hopefully we will never realize that loss as we go along with plans. So.
But you have to report it as today. So
Yes,
you
this is 12/31, but yes.
I get you.
It'll be a little bit less than that right now, just because we're 29 days into it. But, yeah, every day that goes by, that unrealized loss goes down a little bit, because everything that we've been buying for the last 3 years has been at value. So it gains interest without us having to hold on to that loss on our books. Because having that as like a accounts payable. So.
Okay.
That's about all there is to it. Any questions on those? Tells us where we are right now.
Have y'all had your investment
For January,
committee
we did, yes. We talked about, I'm putting together an RFQ again. The Commissioners Court is actually the one who employs and does the investment advisor. And we just thought it was time to look at putting out an RFQ, getting some ideas from people. I don't have any problem whatsoever with Murph, but if we can get some more ideas from other people, maybe we can get some more benefit from that.
Okay.
So that'll come to you guys before too long. Again, that's y'all's decision, not mine, but I thought it would be a good time to look at that as far as what we can do.
Okay.
This just shows me that if a body had $15 million in their retirement account, they could get along pretty good.
Yeah,
That wouldn't be too.
yeah, that's the
Yeah,
trick.
an individual.
Too bad, would it?
That's the trick. I always, every time I look at these, I'm like, if I just had a 20, 30 million I could put in the bank, I could live off of that.
Yeah.
That first part's the hitch in the plan.
Yeah, this is very conservatively invested, so.
It is, yeah, well,
Extremely.
as a government entity, we're required to be conservative on that. And our policy demands what we can and can't do. The safety of the taxpayer money is number one.
It's gonna be a new environment if and when we get to the spot where the pools are a much lower return than other investment opportunities offer. 'Cause,
Yeah,
right now, you've got the flexibility and it's a good return.
Mhm.
If that ever
Yeah.
swaps, it'll be a little more difficult dance to do.
yeah, they
We've been
typically
there.
stay really close to the
we've
interest
been-
rate.
Yeah,
So it's an
pools weren't paying
immediate amount
anything.
as opposed to long-term. If we can get to where we can get long-term for better rate than what our pools are doing, then we'd jump on it, but right now it's hard to make that.
Maybe not jump quite so fast.
Okay, yeah, we'll like put a toe in the
We've
water.
done
a
that
bit.
so far, we've done that in the
We don't
past,
want
that's
any
why we
$5
got
million
that.
investments for 5 years.
You don't, yeah, it was 7 years. You don't want us to do any 7-year agency bonds? Okay.
No,
No.
no, we're just
Yeah.
about to get all that cleared.
So,
You know, and they did not lower the interest rate last week, did they?
no, they didn't.
So that's kind of significant, because that's been the big discussion.
Mhm.
You know, do you want lower rates, which we think would stimulate the economy a little? But then when you sit here with these kind of returns, we've been to the point where our stuff wouldn't make hardly anything.
No.
That's a tough call.
Yeah, that's why we all,
Yeah,
accounting
really.
people all hate it, because all that stuff we bought years and years ago, has just been keeping our money
Locked up.
captive. So,
All right. Any other questions? Stephen, thank you.
good, thank you.
All right, next item, number 4, discuss, consider, and/or take action on issuing a county burn ban. Dwayne, opportunity number 2, to get in front of the microphone. What a delight.
Yeah, treat, huh? Well, you might find it hard to believe we really hadn't talked about the county burn ban the last 4 or 5 days over everything's going on, but, can give you the KBDIs here, from,
Can you measure KDBI with the ground all covered in snow?
somebody can, I can't, but somebody can, so.
Very sophisticated instruments.
As of yesterday morning on the 26th, we had a KBDI of 461, and we're down 46 points, so from where we were on Monday. So, and everybody around here, Wilbarger, Archer, and Clay were the same. They had significant drops in their numbers also. Right now, like I said, we're in pretty good shape. I mean, obviously look at outside and snow and wet and everything else, but we do know as soon as it dries up and the wind starts blowing and everything, we're gonna be back to where we were. The grass burning again and all that, so, we have had moisture on the ground the night before one time, and then that afternoon, we're burning 20 or 30 acres off, so it can change pretty quickly with the fine fuels, the grasses and stuff that are out there, even though it's wet, so. But this should help us a little longer, another week or 2 down the road at least. So, like I said, that's strictly up to you guys. If y'all wanna just keep it on the agenda, that'd be fine.
Looking at the long-range forecast, it doesn't look any more encouraging.
Now,
so.
no, not that I've heard in the next month or so, but like I said, I know springtime's coming around, but we'll get a little bit closer, we'll know more about it when it gets a little bit closer, but,
And March is, 30 days away, so.
yeah. So hopefully we'll have some better information and maybe visit with some forecasters and kinda talk with Rick and them up there at the Norman Weather Service and kinda see what they're anticipating, and maybe, the Forest Service, meteorologists and stuff, and see what they're talking about, and kinda go from there, so. That's,
They can probably be off for
This-
at least
Even though this spell is probably a little better than most ice storms we see, it's not gonna yield real well as far as water's concerned, I don't think. It's gonna be better than what we see, but by the time this stuff is
Maybe
all
half an
gone,
inch.
it's not gonna be real muddy, I
Yeah.
don't think.
Well, and I don't remember what the ratio is about how many inches of snow you get and how many inches of rain that'll actually be in terms. I know it's not a lot, you think,
Between 10 to 1 to 12 to 1,
There you
depending
go.
on how wet
So-
the.
but
snow
like I
is.
said, there's not, I mean, we got quite a bit. I mean, we fared a lot better than some folks did. The Metroplex area down in Montague area that way got a lot more ice than we did. So we lucked out on that part, even though the roads were kind of treacherous, they were still able to be driven on a little bit, but
We don't have to worry next week, we're gonna have a lot of help in town. If we get some
Yes.
going,
yeah,
we're gonna be able to handle it.
we'll have several hundred folks and stuff out northeastern part of the county at Camp Perkins, so that's kind of nice to have all those guys in town. so.
yeah.
Well, so yeah, I mean, we can take it off for a couple of weeks and then put it back on, or we can leave it on. Any thoughts one way or the other?
Just as soon leave it on.
I don't have a problem leaving it on the agenda, I think that just,
Maybe
that
skip,
just brings
maybe
awareness.
skip a week. It ain't gonna be nothing
Yeah.
next week. I mean,
That's a good point.
Yeah, we've already
Oh, is
posted
it?
next
Well,
week.
So be it. We're good.
Dwayne, everyone likes hearing from you.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Thanks, Dwayne.
So, no action, commissioners? Okay. All right, item number 5, discuss, consider, and/or take action to award road material bids. Everyone should have in their backup information, Tana, as per her usual great work, put together the spreadsheet with everything consolidated into one place. Everything was pretty straightforward on that. I didn't have all of the backup documents when I was looking at this over the last couple of days. The polymers, those price differences are so vast that I've got to think we're looking at different volumes. Do you have those sheets
Yes.
by chance for the emulsions? Unless commissioners, y'all know off the top of your head, I couldn't.
No, I don't know what that's referencing, Judge, you're right, that's, the two
Are you
sixty-one is
looking
what,
for Argon and MG?
Yes.
Yes.
Cortex?
Yeah, one's $2.65 and one's $165. That's a little separation.
I tried to contact, them for explanation, and I didn't get a return phone
where
call.
are they out of, Tana, do you know?
They are,
That's not someone we typically
no,
get,
well,
is it?
we've never, I think it has it on the sheet where they're out of.
Which one?
This one.
MGS. Hearst.
Okay.
Yeah, there is no.
How does it specify that on there, Judge? What is 165 representing?
It's not on. It's not on this this sheet. Well, and again, commissioners, we can always make a decision on everything else. Leave that one pending while we get more info, because that price difference is so great. I
wonder if it could be per 100 gallon.
could be.
Might be a good bargain. I don't think so.
I was looking to make sure it's not on the other stuff here.
Yeah, it's a big
All is-
spread.
I mean, all of his other prices are considerably higher too,
Yeah.
all the other quotes.
Yeah, so I mean, y'all can all see that, and I can just walk through it so that it's on the record, but, for 3/8, we've got Zach Burkett, is the cheapest at 25, DeLisi second at 26.05, and MGS third at 36. For 5/8, we've got Zach Burkett cheapest at 23, DeLisi second at 25.85, and MGS third at 36. For 1.5 inch crusher, Burkett's 1 at 9.50, DeLisi's 2 at 12.60, OS&S is 3 at 14.91, MGS is 4th at 35. And then for crushed concrete, grade 1-2 flex base, Big City is first at 14, OS&S is second at 15.43, MGS is third at 35. And then for hot lay, Burkett is lowest at 90, MGS second at 145. And then for cold lay, Burkett's 1 at 93.50, MGS second at 145.
What's the mileage difference between Burkett's pit and DeLisi's pit?
It's
Not a
substantial for me.
lot.
Yeah.
Guess it depends on coming from up north or
from my side of the county, it alleviates one trip a day. So
Going to
either way,
Burkett,
even if we go Zach Burkett, I wanna keep DeLisi as
the secondary.
a
Well,
secondary.
what happened to us last time, Mark, is Leon, he blowed the whistle on Burkett because our chip was too dirty.
Yeah. I remember
And
that.
everybody, we said, no, hold up, cause he got up there and got to looking through it, and it wasn't, it did
Wasn't
not.
something we could use
work.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
overlay.
tried to run it in one load, I remember that, and
Yeah.
it just didn't work.
And that worries me here that, we do that because of what we got into. Don't have a problem with the crusher run, I guess.
No, Crusher's
but-
fine. I just, with the mileage difference, I don't know that we're gaining, it's gonna be
Well, and our
pretty
cri-
close.
I don't know.
as y'all know, our criteria is best value, and that that is not always just a strict dollar on the page amount, because, as you said, it can be different. That dollar on the
Yeah.
page can be different when you factor in the other
If
criteria.
it cost us a load a day, then that's significant.
I do think that, per our usual practice, having a primary, secondary, and even a tertiary is a good idea.
Well, I would make the motion to go with them as is, except for the 3/8 and 5/8. We would swap those around and make DeLisi primary and Zach Burkett secondary. Everything else as it's presented.
On the
And-
3/8 and the 5/8?
Then we need to list them as
And-
secondary also, if we're
Yeah.
gonna reverse those and
Yeah, that's what I said.
reverse on the,
Let's reverse them. Just make DeLisi primary and Zach Burkett secondary.
That way we,
that way we basically can go where you need to go.
yeah.
All right.
And the Colay that we've been using, that is Zach Burkett product right now. Everybody's been
Yeah.
pretty much pulling
Yeah.
on that, hadn't they? It's
Yeah.
a little bit nicer,
It does seem to
Colay.
be a little bit better, a little bit more pliable.
Okay.
All right, I had that motion, I think, by Commissioner Beecham.
Second.
Yep.
Second by Commissioner Van Cannon, and I'll just read this out, so again, it's in the record. So for 3/8, DeLisi primary, Burkett secondary. For 5/8, DeLisi primary, Burkett secondary. For 1.5 inch crusher, is Burkett primary, DeLisi secondary. Do y'all wanna do OS&S as a third, or do we typically get, with the first two, we're good?
On which one?
On 1.5
Crusher.
inch crusher.
We can do them third, yeah.
Yeah, we can
And
put 'em on
they
there.
do
Okay.
have delivered price in case.
All right, and then a tertiary of, for OS&S. For crushed concrete, Big City primary, OS&S secondary. For hot lay, Burkett primary, MGS. Do y'all want a secondary on that one, at that price?
No.
Probably not.
Okay,
No.
so for hot lay, Zach Burkett primary. For cold lay, Zach Burkett primary. And then we will wait to get more information for emulsions to make a decision. That'll have to be at least 2 weeks, because we've already had to post for next week.
Okay, and Tana, that is typically 5,000 gallon loads, so if you would get them to quantify their dollar of value with you, considering you're buying 5,000 gallons at a time,
Okay.
that way might help you understand what he's trying to tell us here. I bet it's in per 100 gallon.
Okay.
All right. Okay, we've got that motion by Commissioner Beecham, seconded by Commissioner Fincannon. Do we have any questions or comments on the motion or the item?
Judge, can I make a quick comment?
Yes.
I know that we've had a whole lot of appreciation that we've mentioned today. I'd like to acknowledge Tana. She's done all these for the county through spreadsheet for 2 or 3 years now. And both Tana and Morgan are working with the SOBR system, and going forward, we will be able to set those specified fields so that these kind of things don't really have issues as they're received in
Perfect.
the mail, so.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. Any other questions or comments on the motion or the item? All right, that motion is before us. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. Item number 6, discuss, consider, and/or take action to approve Tyler Technologies quote in the amount of $4,439 for 2026, with an additional $18,000 one-time implementation fee for upgrading records public access to be paid from Department 409 with lines determined by the county auditor. All right, so Matt, do you want to talk about this, or was this yours, Annette? Okay, I thought it was.
Hi, Judge, hi, Commissioners.
Welcome.
Records Public Access, yes, it's just an upgrade to what I currently have, which is Tyler Recorder. But it's gonna add on several, online services to make it much more convenient to the public. I'm excited about it because we haven't upgraded this since we went live with Tyler Eagle at the time. It's gonna allow electronic certification online versus the manual certification. Now, they prefer the raise seal, they can still come in and purchase copies that way as well, certified copies as well. We're also gonna have Tyler Payments, which is gonna integrate with our Vitals access and recording access. We do have e-recording right now, which is for attorneys and title companies, but we're also gonna have recording access, which is gonna be for the public, and they can do that online as well, which is the same process as bringing it in person over the counter. But one thing I am excited, we're gonna have Fraud Notify, which is like an alert system for the public to notify them when anything has been filed in public records as far as their deed or transfer of property.
Great.
They'll have to register that online, and with all the fraudulent documents being filed, I think it's a good product for our county. And to clarify, it's gonna come out of my records management.
Okay, that was, you foresaw my question.
All of it does?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Fraud protection alone is,
That fraud protection deal, how are they notified?
Through email. They'll go online and register their name, and whenever anything is, and email, whenever anything is filed with their name, it'll send them a
So
notification.
they will have to be proactive to go out there and put their name out there that they wanna be
Yes.
notified.
Yes.
we're gonna do a public notification on all that.
And I'll
If we
put it on my
approve
website
this,
as
that
well.
is,
And that's
I've been getting a
anytime,
lot of phone calls about this when I was ever gonna get active in it, and I was trying, it's just a lot of other things came about, and I'm finally able to do this, so
so it's by name, not by individual property.
it's by name.
so you can list that name however you want. If you want it to be if you wanted to list your personal name, a business name, an estate name, you could list all those.
Yes, I would actually register it the way the document is filed, because if your business name is not on the document, it's never gonna come up. So if
Right.
it's Mickey from Cannon,
But if you're wanting to be notified if there's any kind of activity and you own
yes.
a lot of different properties, different ways,
And-
is
yes.
that something that you would need to do a different entry, you think, for each one?
Yes, it'll be each individual entry.
Okay.
And it'll notify you through email.
And,
I mean, that's a great tool for the citizens, but if they'll utilize it.
yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
And
and
that's,
is, Annette, will that change then the way we do it today? If we want to access deed records on something, your staff has shown me the way that I know to do it. Will that change, or will it still basically be
No,
the same?
you can still access it that way as
Oh,
well.
okay.
But it'll be, more information online, so.
Okay.
would there be any way for your office to proactively sending out any kind of brochure or literature to the title companies to let them know that when they're doing the closing, to go ahead and
sign up.
include a form in there where they could go ahead and
Yes,
sign that up?
yes.
Oh, that would
Yes.
be, that would be
Yeah.
Send it
good.
straight to the county.
Yes, we are gonna have something in place for that as well.
And our, Judge, would we be able to, or maybe Greg, right now, Will and Tommy, Leslie, they actively have social presence that are informing the public about different things, but could we help Annette do that so that she can post that way to notify public of, even just like we had closures this time?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, we can help in it, do it, but we're already in the
We're in the
process
process of doing that now.
Oh,
We're doing it
okay.
right now for the county.
Okay.
of getting it county.
Yeah.
Our wonderful
So-
Greg is helping me.
Okay,
We just need to
Good.
get this out the news media when
Yeah.
it goes live.
And you're right, you'll take care of a lot of that for the individual citizens
Right.
with title companies.
If you'll work with the title companies,
Yes, we'll
if they
have,
would be willing to put a form in their packet, that would, and they can deny it or they can do it.
That's a great add value to our citizens.
And that, we've got the one-time implementation fee, obviously, but that 4,400 is for 2026, but that's assumed
there's
to be
an
an annual.
annual fee added to it, I'm already paying.
And what is the annual?
4,430.
That's what it'll be from then on?
I mean,
No,
it'll
that,
go
for
up.
that
They'll-
one product will be, that
They'll
one
go
will be
up.
added to what I'm already paying. I think I'm paying 30, or
68.
60 something now for what I have now. So that 4,000 will be
Raising
added
it
to
to
that.
10,000, 11,000.
That makes our public interface a lot more user-friendly,
Right.
and plus we get the added value of fraud protection.
Motion to approve?
I'll second that.
and just to be clear, all right, so,
Out of records management.
Out of, yeah.
yeah, so we got a motion by Commissioner Fincannon, seconded by Commissioner Beecham, to approve the Tyler Technologies quote in the amount of $4,439 for 2026, with an additional $18,000 one-time implementation fee for upgrading records public access to be paid from Fund 237, Department 238, with lines determined by the county auditor. That good, Matt?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you have any questions or comments on the motion or the item? All right, that motion is before us. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. Item number 7, discuss, consider, and or take action to approve Motorola Solutions quote number 3459186 in the amount of $89,093.10, and Mobile Phone of Texas quote number 260114 WCSO in the amount of $4,710 for the programming and setup of 10 new radios for the WCSO to be paid from Department 560 with lines determined by the county auditor. Sheriff, do you or Chief McCarron want to come up on this one? Good afternoon, sir.
Howdy. Well, police cars gotta have radios.
is that what these are, Patrick, is that's the radio and the installation of the radio, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And what did we have budgeted for this amount? Do you know, offhand?
0.
0. That's what I thought. I thought these were, we didn't do anything, just did the car.
Well, to be clear, we budgeted an amount for the vehicles, but as we discussed when
We've already gone over that.
the Commissioners Court
Right.
in-
That's what I was thinking.
instructed the Sheriff's Office to go ahead and obtain more vehicles and go over that amount. We've taken care of the cars and the upfit, but now we've got the radios piece. Question.
Sure.
Is there an opportunity to take radios out of the vehicles that we've got now and to recommission those for the new vehicles because 89,000, that's nearly $9,000 a radio.
I should not get sticker shock anymore.
That's another vehicle.
That's over $9,000 a radio. Goodness gracious, that seems like a lot of money.
Do we have the ability to interchange or exchange those radios?
Yes, sir.
How many cars, but we're gonna probably keep some of those cars, will we not?
We've been keeping 5 on hand as backup units.
Yeah.
Yes,
But
sir.
you'll need to leave
But
radios in them if you're.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But any that they're getting rid of, we should be reutilizing some of them radios.
Yes, sir. We have plenty of stores left of radios that we've taken out because this has been part of our updating our radios in the cars so that we can communicate with more agencies.
Would it be possible to do our swaps and then see what we need to finish? If we have parts that are still needed,
Yeah.
or radios, and then address it instead of
Yeah.
just buying all new ones and putting these 10 on the shelf that are used?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. We can do that.
Just speaking for me, I think that'd be my preference because we've already.
They're not
Done.
out-of-date radios.
Right.
They're still capable of our
Yes, sir.
digital stuff.
We talked about it, we could always just move the old ones over. What we're eventually doing is trying to get away from the 4500 series to the 8500 series, which makes it compatible with the WFPD radios when we get the okay to tie into theirs. So we can table it, we can swap the cars and come back
I think that'd be
Then
my preference.
handle it in the next year's budget year for starting to replace them, if that's the intent.
Well, we've been replacing them as we go the last couple of years, but that's what we're doing.
And the reason that's, since
That's
we
all.
already went over in our budget,
Yeah.
Sure.
that would
Yeah.
be,
Another $100,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're okay with.
So we're just gonna swap and do the
radios,
reprogram,
Come back later for.
swap
Sure.
whatever.
But won't that leave us, if we don't do something, won't that leave some of those cars short?
No.
well, I don't, shorts, and even like I said, if we come up with we're one or two short, then we do what we have to do. If we need additional parts, cause it's not just a radio, there's all kinds of mounting hardware that you have to have
Yeah.
go along with it. Reprogramming, if you run across something or you break something and
You're gonna
transfer
find
it,
an antenna
then
that's
you
not
might need,
good, it
you
needs
might
to be
need some
replaced.
pieces, so I can see that being an issue.
But I think what we're talking about doing is, we're not taking any action on this item today. They'll come back,
Yeah.
they'll go see what they can do on a swap out, and then if there are new radios or things needed, come in
Come
and
back.
ask us for that.
But my
That's
point
what we're
earlier
doing.
was, if we're gonna keep 5 of them in commission, you're gonna need to leave 5 of them in there anyway.
Chief,
So
Yes,
you're
sir.
really only gonna have 5 to deal with.
Well,
Yes, sir.
Chief, we have some in the, that we decommissioned a lot of cars last year.
Yeah.
That had the 4500s in them.
Yep.
So we actually have a supply, a few extras, so.
Yeah.
We should be okay on that too.
Yeah.
And we don't need to, allocate or approve the amount of installation fees that would
They
help
can
him
spend that out
get
of their
moved?
budget as they go. I mean, they're allowed, I mean, they can
Yeah.
spend that kind of money without our approval.
Yeah. And again, if you run into the issue where you need it, let's get on the agenda and we'll talk about it and do it at that time.
Sure.
Yeah, I think, sounds like that's largely that's where we'd like to go, and at least try that option first.
Okay, no problem with that, we can do that.
Okay, all right. Any objection then to tabling this item today, or not tabling it, taking no action on it?
Sounds good.
Okay. All right, there any questions or comments, then from the audience on this item? Okay, with no action taken,
It's been tabled for months.
what?
I just told you, I said, we'll table the next one.
Oh. All right, with no action taken, we'll move on to item number 8. Discuss, consider, and/or take action to select a quote for fencing along the frontage of the county cemetery and farm to be paid from Department 530 with lines determined by the county auditor. Commissioner Beecham.
Yeah, I wanna thank you and Connor for helping me get all this together and getting apples to apples as a comparison instead of what I had previously. We had 3 quotes. The low price quote is from Pro Insulation and Fences, for $34,640. The Patriot Fencing had a quote of $36,158, and WD Fencing had a quote of $39,000. So, I'd like to go with the Pro Insulation quote as the cheapest quote.
Mark, is that down the street where the entrance gate is?
Yeah,
That's what we're talking
that'll
about, yeah.
fence that off to make it a little more secure. We have a lot of vandalism, et cetera, that goes on out there after hours, so. trying to
That's
secure
right
it.
off of, right past
30
the-
whatever street.
What
it
is that street?
30.
30th, isn't it?
30th or 31st?
I think it's 30th.
I think so.
Yeah.
so it'll go from the
The children's home.
children's
down
home.
To the corner, yeah. Yeah, you can still walk around it, but it'll block it off from vehicle traffic, et cetera.
What kind of fence?
Black chain link.
Chain link?
Mhm.
That's a lot of money a foot.
3 quotes are pretty similar.
Yeah. And
I agree, it's expensive.
that's your
They-
motion?
They did a tremendous job, this group did for us. And there were so many instances where they had to make a call that we didn't have specifically spelled out. And being fence experts, they did the right thing.
Well,
They
that's
did the LEC fence and all the stuff we've had done since then out there as well.
been good. All right, well, we've got a motion by Commissioner Beecham, seconded by Commissioner Fincannon, to select the pro insulation quote for fencing along the frontage of the county cemetery and farm at an amount up to $34,640 to be paid from Department 530 with lines determined by the county auditor. Any questions or comments on the motion or the item?
Judge, can we please charge that from Department 656? Department 530 is the maintenance operations department. 656 is it's labeled as the charity department, but it is where we pay our outside attorney fees and we pay the cemetery maintenance out of.
Thought we put it in building maintenance last year.
We did not.
Okay.
Do we move it back around? Okay,
I would like.
I'll take your word for it and I'll amend my motion.
And we can talk, because I'm remembering the same thing, so it may have been something we talked about and then didn't actually get in the final version of the budget. Hold on, I need to check. Because I looked at this in the original when it was on, and
See, this one didn't even show at 5:30.
that's you're not using the super secret.
Yeah.
Got no passcode.
While he's looking it up, I do want to note, because this is a large dollar amount, this does include all the mechanical gates in it,
Yeah.
solar powered backup, electric openers. There's a lot more to it than just 500 foot of 500 foot of fence.
This is riveting television. Everyone gets to watch me log into my computer.
And
Hope you brought yourself.
the long-term plan is to move the entrance off of the service road, and we may see some action on that by the end of this year.
And Mark, have anybody reported on the spring that you found that, is it still active or?
Still wet, so.
Judge, there is 50,000 in there for the cemetery.
In 656?
In 530.
In 530, okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
We can discuss for the 27 budget if that makes sense, or if there's a different way we do it, but, okay, so yeah, since we've got that in there, because I think we specifically put that amount in there for the fencing. So yes, so it's from Department 530.
Yep.
Okay, thanks for checking that, Matt. Okay, motion by Commissioner Beecham, seconded by Commissioner Fincannon. Pro insulation up to $34,640 from Department 530. Do we have any questions or comments on the motion or the item? All right, that motion is before us. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. Item number 9, discuss, consider, and/or take action to select a quote for 2026 Chevrolet Silverado 3500 HD for precinct number 1 to be paid from Department 221 with lines determined by the county auditor. Commissioner Beecham?
I've got 3 quotes, one from Herb Easley, which is $64,000 for the diesel version. Caldwell at $62,790, and 4 Stars did not bid a diesel option. Their gasoline engine was $53,100. I prefer the diesel engine on this, so my motion would be to go with Caldwell to $62,790. And that includes the delivery charge in that $62,790?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And that was from who, Mark?
Caldwell.
Caldwell.
Okay.
I remember taking you to
Not Caldwell County, Caldwell Country, sorry. I
And-
do that every time.
Yeah, and Mark, you may, that was the one that the last time Barry took that truck that came in 2 years late. You may get a letter of commitment from them
Yeah.
on this. It might,
Well,
might
they
help.
were changing over ownership.
Yeah, and that hurt us bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Are they
they're
at College Station?
just outside of College
Down that
Station,
way.
about 20 miles.
I remember taking
There
you
you
out
go.
there.
Up there to pick up one.
We
of
went
the
over and
trucks.
picked one up on a cold day
Yeah.
last time, I
Yeah.
remember.
Cold and sleety.
Yeah, sure was. I was wondering if that was the same place.
We got a motion by Commissioner Beecham, seconded by Commissioner Fincannon, to approve the Caldwell quote for a 2026 Chevrolet Silverado 3500 HD for Precinct 1 at an amount up to $52,790.
No, 62,790.
62,790, the diesel.
Diesel option.
Okay, 62,790. Thank you. $62,790 to be paid from Department 221 with lines determined by the county auditor. Have any questions or comments on the motion or the item? All right, that motion is before us. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. Commissioners Court next is Tuesday morning, 10 o'clock at its normal time and place. We'll see you all there. It is 1:56 and court is adjourned.
Unless there's